Ah, tax season. It's that time of year again, isn't it? That familiar puzzle. You've got this 1.5 lakh limit under Section 80C, and you're wondering where on earth to put it. Well, today we're decoding it all. We're going to put two of the most popular choices head-to-head, the rock-solid safety of PPF against the high-growth potential of ELSS. Let's figure out what's really right for you. So this is the big question, right? You have that 1.5 lakh rupees. And look, the goal isn't just to tuck it away and save some tax. It's about making that money work for you, to actually grow your wealth. So what do you value more? Are you looking for that slow, steady, absolutely guaranteed safety? Or are you willing to aim for much higher growth, even if it means you've got to ride the ups and downs of the market? Your answer to that one question pretty much decides everything.
All right, let's start by walking down path number 1. I like to call this one the Fortress of Safety. This is all about the Public Provident Fund, or as you know it, PPF.
So what exactly is PPF? At its heart, it's a long-term savings plan that comes with a direct promise, a guarantee, from the government of India. Its whole reason for being is to get people to save by offering an investment that is designed to be, well, as secure as it gets. That word safety, that's its entire identity.
Let's break down the features that make PPF this fortress. First, that safety isn't just a marketing term. It's a sovereign guarantee. It literally doesn't get safer than that. The returns, they're also guaranteed. The government sets the rate, which right now is sitting around 7.1%. But, and this is the big trade-off, it demands a 15-year commitment. That is a long time. It forces you into some serious savings discipline, though you do get a little bit of flexibility for partial withdrawals starting from year 7.
Now here is PPF's real superpower. It's what we call EEE status. That's exempt, exempt, exempt. Just think of it like a triple-decker tax win. First E, the money you put in is tax deductible. Second E, all the interest your money earns over those 15 years is completely tax-free. And the final E, the big chunk of money you get at the very end is also 100% tax-free. You just don't find that kind of powerful tax shield very often.
Okay, let's switch gears completely now. If PPF was the safe, steady fortress, then Path 2 is the complete opposite. This is the engine of growth. We're now diving into the world of the Equity-Linked Savings Scheme, or ELSS. So if PPF is the fortress, ELSS is basically your express ticket to the stock market. It's a special type of mutual fund that takes your money and invests it directly into stocks. So the goal here completely shifts from protecting your capital to chasing potentially high inflation-beating returns, all while still giving you that same valuable tax break under 80.
And this is where you see the core trade-off. ELSS funds have historically delivered returns in the ballpark of 12 to 15% per year, which is fantastic. But, and this is a really big but, those returns are absolutely not guaranteed. They are tied to the mood swings of the stock market, which means, yes, there's a higher risk. But the huge advantage, the lock-in period is the shortest in the entire ADC universe, just 3 years. That's a massive, massive difference in your access to your money compared to PPF.
So, what's the catch when it comes to taxes? Well, unlike the free ride you get with PPF, your profits from ELSS aren't entirely tax-free. Any profit, or capital gain, that you make over 1 lakh rupees in a single financial year gets taxed at this rate, 10%. It's a super important difference to remember when you're calculating what you might actually take home.
All right, we've met our 2 contenders. We've seen what they're about. Now it's time for the main event, the showdown. Let's put PPF and ELSS on the scales and see how they really stack up. Side by side, this table says it all, doesn't it? It perfectly captures the 2 completely different financial philosophies at play. Just look down the columns. PPF is all about protecting your money, super low risk, and guaranteed results. ELSS, on the other hand, is all about creating wealth, taking on higher risk for potentially higher returns. And look at that lock-in period, 15 years of patience versus just 3 years of waiting. The tax difference is just as clear. Honestly, everything you need to make your choice is laid out right here.
So after that head-to-head battle, we arrive at the verdict. But here's the thing. The question isn't which one is better. That's the wrong question. The real question is, which of these financial paths should you personally take?
So let's just boil it all down to this one simple question. I want you to take a second and really ask yourself, with this money, what is my number one top priority goal? Is it the deep comfort of knowing my original investment is safe? Or is it the thrilling potential of real, long-term wealth growth, even if it comes with some bumps along the way? Here's a pretty straightforward way to look at it. You should probably lean towards PPF if you're the kind of person who hates risk, if you're getting close to retirement, or if you're saving for a goal that is absolutely 100% non-negotiable, like a down payment on a house in 2 years. But you should lean towards ELSS if you're younger, you got time on your side to ride out market volatility, and your main focus is to build wealth that can actually outpace inflation over the long haul.
Okay, but what if you're looking at both of these and thinking, I see the benefits in both? What if the answer isn't about picking path 1 or path 2, but about building your own path by blending them together?
And this is exactly where a balanced strategy comes into play. You don't actually have to go all in on one or the other. You can absolutely split your 1.5 lakh limit to get the best of both worlds. For instance, you could put a chunk, say 60%, into ELSS to chase that growth, and then anchor your investment with the other 40% in PPF for that rock-solid stability. This way, you're not just picking a product, you're building a portfolio that's tailored perfectly to your own comfort level.
At the end of the day, your journey to financial freedom is exactly that. It is yours. It's personal. There is no single magic answer that works for everyone. But if you just take a moment to be honest with yourself about your goals, your timeline, and what level of risk lets you sleep at night, the right choice for you, whether it's all PPF, all ELSS, or a smart mix of both, will become so much clearer. We've really just scratched the surface today, but I hope this gives you a much better framework for making your decision. If you want to really get into the weeds, see more examples, and dig into the numbers, check out the complete in-depth article from Multi John that this entire explainer was based on. Thanks so much for tuning in.